Good morning, guys. Today is, I don't know what today is. Today's Monday, the 26th. Just got back from West Virginia late yesterday. Back to Florida. Had a really good time up there in the mountains, hanging out with some friends. Kind of needed to get away, so it all worked out. And back to reality today. But guys, I want to show you this kind of setup I got here so far. So check this out. This is what I'm working on today. Nate dropped his car off. I should say Ryan helped Nate out get the car here while I was out of town. So shout out to you guys both for doing this. Really helps me out. Got home again late yesterday. Kind of just getting my day rolling. It's about 10 o'clock now, 9:30. And this car's in for a paint correction and ceramic coating. I've been dying to do a Sonic car. And it's hard to see because it's kind of in the shade here, but we got some water spotting on the paint here. There, I did see some surface scratches on it. Again, I'm trying to find a good spot, but this blue, man, I've been wanting to get my hands on it and getting this taken care of. Let's see if we can find a spot. So you can kind of see going down here how he has the surface scratches, the hash marks in it. So this will all come out of the paint, and then this will pop once we get that pad on there, cut it, and to bring this thing back to life. So I think, if I remember correctly, he said it's never been done, especially him owning the car. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get started. But here's what I want to show you guys. It was kind of cool coming home. Again, this was here. Shout out to Ryan. But we got this guy, and then we got these two. So it's really cool coming home seeing three of these in the driveway. I'd love to get a group picture of them, maybe a little video, and kind of just, I think that's a cool scene. I'd love to get Ryan's here and the other guys and just everybody get a cool shot. But anyways, working on this today, ceramic coating. Gonna get this thing prepped and then move these guys out, get her in, and get going. All right, stay tuned. All right, that step you guys kind of just saw me do, I know it's like a hyperlapse, so it's hard to see, but what I was spraying on there with the bottle is a iron decon. So again, I use G-Technic products, and this is the product here. Wash the car, clay it, do all that, and then you spray this iron decon on there, let it sit for 3 to 5, and then you rinse her off, dry it off, and then you pull it in and start working. So that's what we're on now. We're on the final step of prepping this thing for the paint correction, and then dry it off, pull it in, and we'll start that process. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back to this. Car in the garage and dried off. I hit all the jams, did all the wheels, trunk, hood, underneath the hood, that's all dried off, so that when I'm doing the polishing, the paint correcting, I'm not having any kind of like water dripping down and kind of affecting that. So that's all done. Probably about 30 minutes later, and I have everything that I need pretty much set up to start this cutting process on this car. Looking at the paint, I'm gonna have to go a little more aggressive than I normally would. It has to do with it being a darker color. They show more, and when he gets the car back from me, I want him to be 100% happy, and what he's paying for is for this thing to look its absolute best. So I'm gonna go a little more aggressive on the pad. Same thing with the compounds. It's actually gonna be a three-step on this car. So take a little longer, maybe another hour and a half, but the outcome will be absolutely worth it. The customer will be happy, and he's a friend of mine, so I want to take care of the car for him. It's a beautiful car, beautiful color. The whole setup is nice. The stance is great. He's got the right color CCWs on here, and this is just gonna just pop, you know, when this car's done today. So we're gonna get started on that. Again, I just want to show you guys real quick. I'd like to go over how I do this. It's pretty simple. This is something that most of you guys can do at home if you just kind of take your time and don't rush the process. This isn't something that you just, you know, try to hammer through. So with that being said, again, this is more of an aggressive pad, so take your time on something like this. This is a more like an extra cut compound, so it is more aggressive than the stuff I would normally use for a single step correction with just the yellow pads you guys have seen in other videos. But again, I'm just going to show you guys how to do this panel real quick. I'm not going to bore you with the whole car, and then from there I'll just hit the whole car, come back, and I'll show you guys pretty much what it looks like after it's corrected versus then it's going to be ceramic coated. So again, I'll start with this little section right here. So what I'm kind of doing, because this is the first panel of this car being done, is I'm prepping the pad. You know, you don't want to hit this where it's too dry, and you don't want this kind of going over the paint dry as well either. So put a little bit on there, prime this thing, and then basically we're gonna get started. So I'm all the way down on 1. That's just for putting like an even spread on this. That was a little quick. That's just to spread the product throughout the panel. I'm going to bump it up to about 4.5, and then again, the speed, like I keep saying, is around 1 inch a second. So if you can kind of in your head maintain that speed, you'll get a nice correction done again with the right pad, and everything works out really good. So hit this panel, and I'll show you guys the difference between the two sides. So I'll finish the bottom half of this after. I kind of just want to show you guys, and it's kind of boring sitting here watching me do that. But again, that speed, that rate, I bumped up the RPM a little bit to about 5,000, and I just kind of was watching it cut. So it came out, again, this is the first step. There's still 2 more steps to this. So if I was to pull this to the sun right now, it would look swirled up. So let's get this thing. You guys can see what's going on here. It already looks super nice. So again, we corrected this half. This half is not corrected. So you guys see the difference. This, I was trying to get this in the sun, it was hard to tell, but these little marks here are just typically from washing the car. I doubt he took this thing through a car wash, but towel drying it, hitting it with a mitt, hitting it with a brush, anything like that can put these little scratches in here. Again, this is a dark color, so very typical. But again, before, after. Now this, again, I still have to hit this with 2 more steps, so this will come out even a little nicer and a little brighter. I just want to show you guys real quick what that paint correction does for these cars, or actually really any car. But this Sonic Blue is my favorite color. I painted one of my Fox bodies this color back in like 2004 or 5, and it was my favorite car. And I've always wanted a Sonic Blue Cobra, but you guys know how that goes. You kind of buy what you can get, and I'm super happy with my car. I love the mineral gray car I got, but man, this thing it makes me want to just go find one. But anyways, we'll get back to it. I'll show you guys here. We'll do actually I'll do another part of the video where we'll show you essentially what it looks like before and then after. But again, it's 11:30, so just to kind of give you guys a time frame of how long this takes me, just the correcting part. We'll come back at that part of the video and show you guys what this looks like all polished up. All right, stay tuned. Okay guys, here's another before and after. This is obviously before. Alright, we are done with the correcting on this car. Did all 3 steps. Went ahead and we polished the wheels, and then I did the I had my son do the tire shine because in the windows as well. Everything on the outside's done except for the coating. The reason why I do that is so once I start the coating, there's no chance of any chemicals getting on it. So all that's done. But I wanted to show you guys this fender because this is the one I showed you the before on, and I want to show you the after. So it pops. It came out so clean. The blue, the Sonic Blue, such a pretty color. It's super flaky now, and I mean, I was shocked at just how well this came out, and I was updating him with pictures as we go, and he is too. So car's gonna look good when it's done. Driver's side, everything just came out really good on this thing. And again, guys, that's a 3-step. So this one, I was hoping to be done by like 3, realistically 4, but it's 6 right now. So it took a little longer than I thought. I did have to spend some time in some areas that were heavily, I don't want to say damaged, but you know, the paint needed some extra love, and it was worth it. The car cleaned up really well, and it just looks good. It's got the CCW Classic twist on there. It's got some bare brakes. He's got the 3-liter Whipple. I believe it's got full exhaust, and I think it's cammed. I know it's on E85. I'm not 100% sure on the cams, so, but I think it is though. It's got that Harpole tank up here. I think this is Harpole as well. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. The car just looks good. He's got some really nice, tasteful mods done to this. Power-wise, can't remember what this was doing. I think it was somewhere in or near the 8s. But beautiful car. It's my favorite color. I would love to have one. You know, I bought this because this was a deal I couldn't really pass up. But this right here is definitely a color like I will have in my garage at some point. Don't know when, but this is my favorite color of all the Cobras. So we're going to continue going. I'll show you guys the after on this thing. I wanted to do like some nice videos of it outside, but it's just Florida. It started raining, so might not get to that this time. But again, Nate's car is coming out great, and we'll keep moving on. What's up, guys? We just finished the Sonic car, and it is 8:15. Took a little longer than we had kind of planned for it, but it looks fantastic. I look like crap. It's hot, it's raining, it's a long day, but the car came out amazing. So let's flip this around and show you guys. I mean, it looks really good. I mean, Sonic Blue is an amazing color, but how awesome this thing came out is it's still kind of surprising me. The paint was, you know, it needed some help. I think, you know, it's a 21-year-old car. Has never really had any kind of like paint correcting, and it's driven, so, you know, it's got some road marks on it, but, you know, just over the years, it's probably just been waxed or, you know, whatever, but it's never been corrected or polished. But you can see here, this thing just came back to life. Again, like I tell you guys almost every video, I'm a huge fan of the G-Technic stuff. Quality of it's great, and it lasts, and it does a really good job. And the paint on this thing it just looks super wet, and it's gonna stay like that as long as, you know, he maintains it well. You know, just because it's ceramic coated doesn't mean you can just, you know, leave it alone. You gotta maintain the ceramic, use ceramic based soaps and spray waxes and whatever, but you do that, you'll get 3 to 5 years out of these things. We also went ahead and used a polish on these wheels. They were hazy, so we hit that real quick, and I want to show you guys the stuff I used. All right, so real quick, guys, this stuff I found on, I guess, like Facebook and Instagram. The guy was at like SEMA polishing a Coke can, so I said, "What the hell, give it a try." It actually works pretty good. This is just doing it by hand, and it really perked up that the polished lip there, actually on all the wheels, so it came out pretty good. I'll probably continue using this stuff. I did try it on my car, and I liked it, so it just, whatever, I use it on this thing. But Nate's car's done. Just ready to go back home. He wanted to get it tonight, but unfortunately, the rain and everything, just not possible. Went ahead and did an interior on here for him as well. So got this thing all cleaned up, looking good. And brought it back to life. Again, I'll show you guys the motor. Super, you know, just a very well built car. Got the big 3 liter on there. Valve covers are done. It's got the nice pulley on there. I do like that pulley. And it runs good, drives nice, and Sonic Blue is probably is my favorite color, but unfortunately I don't have one. I need to get one. I'm gonna go ahead and just crank it up, let it run for a minute. I do gotta pull it out and straighten it so I can get my car in here for tonight, and then get this trailer out of here. But his car's clean. It's got the nice what is that, the Speed of Sound gauge pod. I think those are kind of hard to come by. And I think the car had like 28 or 22,000 miles, super low miles. Seats are all great condition. Again, you guys can tell it's an 03 because it's got the net up here. And like I showed you guys on the other video, the ring around the keyhole is black. It's not polished. And it's hard to see there because of the light reflecting off of it. And then the 04s came with the, again, with that polished ring. But Nate's car's clean. It's all done. And start this thing up so you guys can hear it. Alright, I stand corrected. 24,000 miles. This thing is a gem. And now it's paint corrected. We will be seeing some more of this, hopefully. It is finally back on the road. He's had it down for a while. He was doing some motor work done on this thing. It went through a big transformation, so it's finally back on the road, and he wanted to just, get this thing ready for everything. So it's all done. And he is, I can't remember what else he said he had to do this thing. I think that was pretty much it. Very well-built car. I'm not 100% on all the specs on it. I will try to find out the exhaust setup because it does sound really good. And his supercharger does whine a little more than Ryan, so I'm not sure. When I was first starting it up, you could hear it whining a little bit. It sounded really good. So I'll have to see if he did anything with that as well, but this thing is ready to go, guys. This is Nate. Again, he is a local to the area here. I think I keep saying there's 7, 8, or 9 of us. We all like to get together and do it, just hang out and do some stuff with the cars. And now he can finally bring this thing out. But stay tuned. I'd like to do a video with him on the car. He had a really clean Mystic coupe, and regretfully sold it. But he has this, so it's not a bad trade. But again, guys, car is done. If you guys are in the Bay Area, Tampa Bay, and you would like your car coated, even paint corrected, just message me. I keep my prices extremely reasonable because this is where I kind of do the work. I don't have big overhead, and I take my time and do it right. I've been on this car for almost 8 hours. So again, weather is keeping this thing here tonight. You can't get it wet after it's been coated for at least a day, so let this thing sit overnight. But guys, thanks again. Drop a like. I appreciate everybody subscribing, and we'll keep this thing moving. But again, thanks again, SVT Garage. What's going on, guys? We are back, and I got Nate here.
What's up, guys?
And he's coming to pick up the car. First time it's out in the sun, and it's really his first time seeing it, so we just kind of want to get a reaction video. And the Sonic Blue is popping.
This is the best it's looked since I've had it.
Night and day, right? I mean, it obviously...
I mean, it was in pretty bad shape. It sat outside for a long time.
Right.
It was down for cams.
Yep.
But, dude, this looks...
You like it?
Immaculate.
It looks good?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, he's, again, you guys saw some of the before and during and after and stuff, or it's going to be in this video. And from what it was to what it is now, it is night and day. This color, he's like, God damn, it's sparkling. You know, he didn't realize there was that much flake in it, and it does. It's got a nice amount in there. But the car's done. Oh, you know what? I meant to ask you, since you're here, so I can stop guessing. What's done to the car besides the Whipple and the E85?
That's a 2.9 Whipple crusher. You got the comp cams, forward return, Maximum Motorsports, everything. Coilovers front and back.
Mm-hmm.
American Racing headers, Sony 3-inch X-pipe and cat back, RXT clutch, bunch of cosmetic engine-based stuff.
Yeah, the motor looks good. I got that. I got that in here too. Yeah, the Harp L looks real good. And then that SVT cover in the front, or powered by SVT, is that?
That's a Harp L too.
That's Harp L too. Okay.
He does awesome work,
man. Yeah, his fabrication stuff is awesome. And then the heat exchanger setup. What's that? Because I'm definitely interested in that. That looks really good.
The J2 Fab brick, intercooler.
Yep.
Goes into a Department of Boost GT500 heat exchanger. Got the math bar so it all fits.
Mm-hmm.
And the EMP pump, 1-inch lines throughout. So it moves some fluid.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just
I don't know. I mean, I got it because we were in Florida.
Yeah.
And I know how hot it gets here. I don't know, comparable from beginning to end result what actually happened with that, but I mean, it seems to be doing good. I mean,
it looks good too, though. It does look better. It's a little it's bigger than the one I got. It does fill it in. It's thicker. It does give that better appearance in the front of the car. So it's kind of, you got me scratching my head. Maybe work on something like that here in the future. But dude, the car's done. I'm glad you like it. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got the red fire, Sonic Blue, and then you got the mineral gray.
Dude, whenever I took the Uber over here, he pulled in and he's like, whoa, and I was like, yeah, that's where I'm going.
That's the house I'm stopping at. But hey, his is the 5th one I've done. You got the 3 here, obviously, and then I did Steve's and then Ryan's car. So my neighbors are kind of like, yeah, what's up with all these Cobras? So it's like, hey, just friends, man. But anyways, dude, I'm glad you like it. I really appreciate it. And you need anything else done, just holler. But guys, that's SVT Garage. I wish the car was staying, but unfortunately it's his. It's got to go. And we'll get you on the next one. Later.